Happy Thursday. I'm back out here looking at this thing, and safe to say we're pretty much almost done. I got the pins finally put in for the hood on either side. So the hood's all the way down now. We have brakes. It stops, it drives, it fires up, it shuts off. But after working on this thing for a little while, I kind of didn't really care too much for having my main cables through the cab like that. So this wiring right here, this is the fuel pump wiring. Follow that along. Goes through the cab, goes through the bed, but there's a grommet. Same thing for the wiring right there for the transmission cooler. And that runs inside. Also, the hoses that I had made, they were the barb type kind of hoses where it wasn't actually crimped on the end, and those started to leak. Even with a kind of a hose clamp on the end of them, they'd still leak. So I took those off, threw those away. Had a set of hydraulic hoses made. A friend of mine made those for me. So no more leaks. And I decided to move my battery right there in the passenger floor. It's mounted down, it's secure, it's tight. The best part, get the battery charger out of the way. All cleaned up. All that's mounted down. Wired in my little fuse block. Those are for just my fans only. And an interesting thing about this, so even though I have those wired on two different terminals, when you hit the key, or not the key, when you hit the switch for your fans, it turns both of them on. And I kept popping fuses, wondering why, thinking they were on different circuits. It's not. When you have a terminal going to this right here, it doesn't just pass through here. When you put it through here, you're also powering the entire block for some reason. Not sure why that is, but it is. So, but it works. Everything works on it. It doesn't pop fuses with a higher amp because you're drawing on two different fans instead of now one. Yeah, it works good. No problems. Coming over here, both headlights, they both now work. I actually had this thing in my garage, or I'm sorry, I had this thing out of the garage in my driveway, and it's pretty peppy for what it is, I gotta say. Is it something that's going to be unbeatable? I doubt it, but it's going to be fun for me regardless. So what do we have left to do on this? Well, I gotta weld that bumper on, and I gotta make a plate for my switches. That is it. Ran brake lines front to back on it, tested it, like I said, everything works out. Underneath, brand new drive shaft. Republic Diesel made that. Quick turnaround, pretty affordable. I want to say it was 340 bucks, I think, for a steel shaft, which is what that is. And yeah, and then, well, I gotta finish the mounting on that seat right there. So it's coming along great. I'm pretty excited. The only thing that's really in the way right now is the weather. I was going to take this truck out to a friend of mine's property in Indiana and let her loose. But they are talking about snow Friday night into Saturday morning, 1 to 3 inches. I'm hoping that the snow doesn't accumulate, but the temperature's low enough. I'm not sure if it will or not. If it does, the following weekend, that's the opening day for what is it, Salem Motorsports drag strip, that airport runway. They're having a test and tune from 12 to 6. We may just try there, but I kind of wanted to per se work bugs out, but I can do it just the same there as I could anywhere else. So, you know, just kind of stuff to think about. I did figure something else out. So for some reason or another, this engine of mine would constantly foul plugs. And I thought maybe I had it running too rich to start with. So I ran the mixture screws all the way in and turned it half out. Let that run for a while, and it still foul plugs. Well, if you noticed in some of my videos that it runs really good with no air cleaner on it. Reason being, that Kentuckiana air filter that I got, that was secondhand, was plugged up. So I went ahead and got, I thought about recharging it, but I didn't really know how old it was and this or that. So I just went and bought a new one. It's got a brand new Kentuckiana air filter on it. It's a 4-inch instead of a 5. And got that square. So, coming along, it's moving along, and hopefully we'll be ready to have some fun, even though the gas prices right now are kind of insane, but you can only do what you can do, and I don't plan on letting this thing just sit. So, all right, well, I'm gonna wrap this video up. You guys have a good one, and I'll catch you later.